than VMs. And the fact that you were really not that far off, like maybe you needed another 10, 15 minutes max there. But yeah, definitely very, very solid effort from the both of you. And now in terms of the actual competition, it's now tied up. Yep. At one loss apiece. So from here on out, it's just whoever wins more. So yeah, best of luck to the both of you. We're gonna hop into the defect run here real soon.
All right.
Glorious.
Posting the seed
to Baylor for the commentary. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on, Zeknar.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. And if you're not already in the chat, you should definitely be following Zeknar on Twitch. Probably the best Slay the Spire player ever. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm allowed to say that. So yeah, definitely big thank you to you, sir. And yeah, let's get into the defect run.
Yeah, good luck to both the competitors, and see you
later.
Yeah, good luck to have fun to both players as we begin into the defect run here. Again, wasting essentially no time. It is a marathon of a day today. Game 2 out of 4.
One might even say a Merlathon.
A Merlathon, yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed everybody agreed to do this, actually. You know, running essentially like a 10-hour stream of commentary, and the players themselves have to play 4 runs back-to-back, which is really quite something.
Yep. I'm going to throw you guys into your respective channels, and you can start whenever you're ready. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Baylor. It's going to be a great time watching this defect run.
Very much so.
And yeah, this whole day is it's a lot, but it's also it is kind of the only way that we could do it, I think. We really wanted to do justice to like the rotating format, and also have it be not something where it can be like this open-ended, like, oh, we're gonna have to reschedule and all this stuff. So looks like we're just waiting on VM to come back.
Great.
I think he said that he was going to take a very brief break, so.
Yeah, completely reasonable after a 2-hour Spire run. That
yes.
You want at least like the ability to go use the toilet or something, right? Otherwise,
yes, for sure.
It's indentured spiritude, right? So as we go into the defect run here, I think for the silent run we saw that both players went for very similar overall strategies, right? They both kind of had a lot of discard with discard related cards and some physical attacks with terror and a bit of poison to help out. But with Defect, do you expect that we're going to see both players end up with the same kind of deck, the same overall strategies? I feel like this is...
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, go.
It's really going to depend on the Niao bonus, I feel like, because that determines so much of like how you path in Act 1 and you know, what you're doing. I feel like top players very often will come to similar decisions about pathing when they have like the Niao bonus here is 100 gold. So it feels like it's kind of not necessarily a forced line, but it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing now.
100 gold is definitely one of my favorite defect starts. And it does shape a lot of my early game, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Defect, more than the other characters, has a lot of shop relics they want to click on. Clockwork Souvenir, Orange Pellets, Runic Capacitor, Frozen Eye, even Strange Spoon is pretty cool on Defect a lot of the time. And just having enough money to go into that first shop and buy one of those is so helpful.
Right. It is worth noting, though, that a lot of those early game relics that you mentioned, like Strange Spoon and Frozen, or Frozen Eye, not really, but Strange Spoon and Pellets and Runic Capacitor, like, can actually be kind of detrimental in Act 1. Or not necessarily detrimental, but like they're just not really doing that much for you. So it's kind of always an interesting decision point of like, okay, do I take my orange pellets, for example, now and just say, okay, I'm gonna not be as strong now, but I'll have orange pellets later.
Yeah, Defect is definitely a character where you have to be able to kind of figure out where you're allowed to prepare ahead of time. The scaling strategies on the
Yes.
Defect, they don't come together very quickly. They
Yes.
often require multiple combined cards, and that can be really difficult to set up. Looks like Asuki's just getting started here, chooses to boss swap and gets Astrolabe, which is going to be a huge difference between the two runs here.
Yes, and I actually
Holy.
looked at this Astrolabe, and it's insane.
Yeah, Defrag, Skim, Rip and Tear is a very good start. The Rip and Tear kind of the odd one out, but actually very helpful to replace the strikes that you lost in the Transform. And
Well, yeah, and I mean, Rip and Tear Plus is 18 damage for 1 energy,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is like completely nuts, kind of unheard of. Like no Slay the Spire card is really doing 18 damage for 1 energy. Just raw like that.
No way.
Like even Wild Strike Plus, right? Is
Even
only getting you to 17.
I just had a run with a Wild Strike Plus, and it was not good enough. Is what I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the Lightning Orb, that does it does suffer a little bit.
Yep.
The-
And
the
so
Defrag
as I
does.
was kind of saying, the Niao bonus here is really going to massively impact how these players are going to diverge, because they did take such different options. Like Terrence took the FTL. I think VM's probably going to take the boot sequence here.
Yeah, and this does increase the chance that we see the players go for fundamentally different decks, which is kind of what I was asking about before the run started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see if both players A, find a winning strategy, and B, how different those strategies are from one another.
Yes.
VM Service obviously has a incentive now to go like Frost Focus or just orbs in general. Doom and Gloom's cool, actually. It's not usually
Yep.
something
And
you think
VM
of.
also pathing away from the shop. Oh, but the gang is here.
Gang is here. Double Sneaky Gremlin with a Wizard, and Rip and Tear is definitely going to hit the Angry Gremlin twice. So what do you do here?
He's still potion
Yeah.
panic
Oh no.
and get nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, this
Do
is
we-
actually
Do you
looking.
fission for one, or do you take the reprogram? Oh no. Uh-oh, this is bad. This is
Yeah,
very
this
bad.
is.
This could easily be
is-
50 health. It could even be outright death if Rip and Tear does in fact hit Angry Gremlin twice. Like this could just straight be dead.
Yeah.
Which is-
Oh my goodness. The classic Defect early Gremlin gang. Oh, we're playing reprogram. Let's go.
It did.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. I believe the phrase I used last time this happened to me is maximum trouble. This is now maximum trouble.
Oh my
no.
goodness.
Oh no.
Oh, this is.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't think it's that bad, because you do have Doom and Gloom next turn. So you can just strike Angry, strike Wizard, and then. Oh, we're even gonna double strike Wizard. Yeah, just trying to
don't
mitigate
Don't
the,
get blapped. Don't get blapped.
the
just before we
absolute
roll.
worst possible thing. And you can even, well,
Actually, doesn't Doom and Gloom just dual cast kill everything here? I think that's actually a solve. Can't play the
you can
self-repair.
you can play Doom and Gloom self repair. Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually you're right.
So-
You're totally right. Well, that actually wasn't that
Ow.
bad. Well
No.
navigated there. Double striking the Wizard. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
So we should see Terrence run into the same set of gremlins, right?
Yes, and Terrence, you're very right that Terrence has a completely different deck at this point.
Yeah, Bullseye
Um,
Tempest. Gonna run into a similar problem, though, which is that the Lightning Orb is a lot of the damage, and that damage cannot be targeted on anyone except the Angry Gremlin, because his anger is like a lightning rod for suffering. And he will enact vengeance.
Oh, speaking of Rod, both players have Tungsten Rod right
Tungsten Rod. That's a fun little one. For Terrence in particular, this really opens up Static Discharge, which is one of my favorite little interactions. Since they've already
Oh,
got
yes.
Bullseye and a desire for Lightning Orbs. That could be quite fun.
now. Yep. Terrence straight into the first elite here, finding sentries, and the sentries are not happy. This is not a good draw on
Yeah,
turn
another
2.
another
like,
fight where having your damage be random is quite suffering.
Mm-hmm. VM fighting Lagavulin.
Wait, how are they fighting different elites here? It's the first one for each of them, yeah?
Yeah. I think this is both their first elite, but kind of a
Terrence
terrible
already
draw
fought
for.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, no, he fought one on floor 6, right? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, so they took
That's where
different
the rod
paths.
came from.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I thought both players had the rod.
I was
but
distracted
yeah,
during
only
the
one
gremlins.
of them does. Yes.
We'll take a quick moment to thank Zverin for the $20 donation, supporting Defect as well, who's now only $5 behind Silent, who's currently in the lead. Other Defect supporters, if you want to take over the lead.
Yeah, now is the
close.
time to vote for Defect, right? Like, we're watching the Defect. Defect is, in my opinion, the coolest
Yes.
character.
Yes, which is why I wanted you to be here to do the Defect. Because I've been watching Baylor for a really long time, and basically the whole time that I've been part of the Slay the Spire community, Defect has always felt like the character that you've been most passionate about.
Absolutely, yeah. I just adore the endless possibilities this character has. I still hold that this character has a much higher skill cap than any of the others by, like, maybe an order of magnitude. They're just so complicated with all the possibilities of both the deck construction and the play lines from turn to turn. Because of cards like Rebound and Hologram and Seek, you have immense power to manipulate the draw pile and immense power to have different permutations of play. They've also got a core mechanic with orbs that result in fundamental differences between play lines. For example, playing Zap and then Cold Snap is different from playing Cold Snap and then Zap, whereas on Silent, playing Strike and Defend is not different than playing Defend and then Strike.
Yes.
So that means this character has just so many things to think about and do. Here's the gremlins for Terrence. Terrence gets a different set of 4 gremlins. A shield and a fat. This is actually arguably a worse set of gremlins because of the shield gremlin and the fat gremlin dramatically increasing the risk of getting wizarded. But with Bag of Prep and Anchor already, that helps a lot here. Sweeping Beam is here too.
And I was going to say Bag of Prep and Anchor, both relics that you really like to see in general, but I feel like on Defect, even more so, because it's like you need time to set up your Frost Orbs and your powers, and like having that turn 1 be so much more potent is always going to be very much appreciated.
Yeah, big agree. I strongly associate Bag of Prep with winning runs for my Defect play, big time.
Yeah, I mean, Bag of Prep with winning runs for really any play.
True. Yeah, true. But especially Defect, who, as you say, is really hoping to get set up as quickly as possible. Or otherwise, draw through all your setup cards to find the one area damage card that will let you kill the gremlins.
Mm-hmm. Interesting to see VM just had Match and Keep and actually made a mistake. At one point, VM clicked on Normality, and then the next one they clicked on a different Normality. And then didn't click on a different card, but instead clicked on a same card. So the time might be getting to the players a little bit here, because I don't think that that's a mistake that you make if you're being a little bit more patient.
Well, we did see that in the last run that time is an important factor in these runs, and so there is potential value in playing a little bit suboptimally in order to save some time.
100%.
Whether that moment was an example of that, I couldn't tell you what was going through their head at that moment, but...
Worth noting that VM does not have a Frost Orb.
No Frost.
Yeah.
I kind of like doing all offensive orb Defect. It's very fun, just going Dark and Lightning.
Yeah, hard to make work, though, just because Defect's blocking options are fairly limited without Frost, generally. I mean, there's still a lot of things that you can do, but Frost focus is just so easy, usually, that That's kind of what
Yeah.
people default to.
Defensive orbs arguably better for the 2-hour time limit, maybe?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, you still have to win the run.
True.
You do, yes, you definitely do. Seeing a question in my chat here about how the winner is actually determined here. It does seem like a great time to kind of touch back up on that.
Yes, absolutely.
This is like game
So
10 or 11 or something across the
this
total
is
tournament?
technically game 11 across the whole tournament. Yeah. So we had 9 rounds previously. Terrence actually won all 9, which is like crazy impressive to just come back from not really playing the game that much and just like in like an official competition setting, just win 9 runs in a row, rotating like that. Very impressive. Especially when you consider that there were high quality players in the tournament who did not manage to do that. And VM actually lost the first run, but then won 8 runs in a row. So also quite impressive. VM, holy crap is right. These are really bad boss relics. Like, really bad boss relics.
I don't hate Calling Bell in this position. Rather, I'm not sure about Black Star. That sounds tough. But Calling Bell seems pretty takeable. Sozu with no potions.
It's takeable, but you just, like, you want energy here with the skim, right? Like, and the bag of prep, you want energy to play the extra cards that you're picking.
But with Defect, you can get that energy just from some cards. And with Letter Opener action, you really want those cards. Turbo, Aggregate.
Yes.
Even a Fusion would actually be kind of cool here with the Compile Drivers. That'd be a very unusual card for VM to find and go with. But that would work in this position.
Yes. Anyway, continuing on with the discussion of the format here. So, the way that the finals works is we have 4 runs that are going to be played, and those runs will be played regardless of if one player is mathematically eliminated. If the players are tied at the end of those 4 runs, including the runs that have already happened, so VM actually came into this a run down because he had actually lost previously, whereas Terrence had not. But now they're tied because Terrence lost their last run and VM won.
Yes, Terrence lost by timeout there. So yeah, they're tied up now. That's good to know.
Yes. So if they're tied at the end, then they will split the money between their charities. And if one of them is winning at the end, then they obviously win, and they win the donations for their charity. You can see the charities on screen right now. Terrence is championing the Foundation for Women's Health, specifically with a focus on uterine fibroids, and VM is competing for the Electronic Frontier Foundation. How am I poor? Yeah, this is. Look at this shop.
There's the turbo hologram, definitely.
I mean, mummified hand, definitely, right?
How many powers are we at? 1? Well, we got Seek though. Yeah, that's a pretty good mummy hand.
Seek and defrag and self repair.
Buys the meat on the bone. Interesting. I don't think I would feel the need for the meat on the bone in this position. You got Regal Pillow.
With the self repair already. Yeah. Yeah, I might like prefer to buy another self repair, but I don't even know if you need to do that.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred.
I think
rather than meat on the bone, I would have wanted to remove a card. I wanted hologram turbo, remove here, go to another shop, remove again. Is what I would probably want to do.
Yes, I like your thinking. I love. It's not always the most. Terrence sees an echo
random
form.
echo form. Just snap picks it too.
Of course, I mean,
no thank
it's
you.
echo form.
Yeah, sometimes it is wrong, I think, to take the echo form, but like nobody's willing to admit this, and so you just always click it. You just got to click
it. VM does remove, but is going to lose out on turbo, which is
quite
really
a choice.
tough.
Losing out on turbo with bag of prep, with skim, and with letter opener, that feels like a very interesting choice. Getting lantern though is nice.
Lantern and Writhe at the same time is kind of cruel irony, though.
Yes, that's right. Especially when you've already got boot sequence.
Yes,
but with
and anchor even.
Yeah, skipping turbo with skim plus. I don't, or with a seek plus rather. I'm struggling to empathize with the decision making we just
justify that. Yeah. I'm just writing in my notes. VM shop skip turbo. We need to ask what the thought process there was, and I was gonna say your line is a line that I really like. I love the idea of doing the like small deck thing on the defect. It's not always the most consistent thing, but boy is it fun.
Yeah, and especially when you've already got Bag of Prep and Skim in the deck, it's so much better because you're pretty much bringing the chance of a brick draw down to nothing because you can always have card draw available so easily. But maybe VM is cooking in ways we don't know yet. Maybe this meat on the bone will be awesome and save the run, but I'm going to be mentally keeping track of how many times that goes off, and we'll see if it was worth the purchase price or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the good news about meat on the bone is if your run is struggling, then meat on the bone is going to get value.
Yeah.
The bad news with meat on the bone is maybe your run is struggling because you spent 270 gold on meat on the bone and not on other stuff.
Yeah, kind of the inverse though. If the meat on the bone doesn't do anything, maybe it means you're winning. So that's a good thing.
Right. So maybe 270 gold justified for winning? ? Not really, but it's a good problem to have.
If I can butt in real quick with some more donations, thank
Absolutely.
you to Londaby for $10 and to Anonymous for $100 supporting Ironclad. With the classic comment, Ironclad is the best designed character and it's not even close. I can understand if people have different enjoyments though, but still it's a bit weird. We're now almost a three-way tie. Ironclad and Silent both at $120, Defect at $115. Watcher is on the board with $35. But very close race.
Watcher on the
you
board.
Want to support your character. Support your favorite character.
Ironclad is our precious child. Like Ironclad, I think Ironclad predates the Spire, right? Like they came up with the idea for a deck building and made Clad as the character for it. And then the Spire was sort of built around Ironclad. Everybody else was built to fit into the Spire, but Ironclad was here first.
And what a glorious first character.
And there's the
VM
pick
also
Echo form
finds...
for VM. Yeah, a different act, but still same response. Yes, I take the Echo form. And I don't even think about it because I have Seek and I have
we
a
are
hand.
Playing the Defect. Like,
so it's not a race to the end here, but both players do have a 2-hour time limit, as this is again the second now of 4 total runs that these same two players are playing against each other head to head today, with Clad and Watcher later today. And Terrence did lose the first game by virtue of being just maybe like 15 minutes over time.
It's impossible to know
got
exactly how long it would have taken him.
To Act 4. It's pretty hard to play through Act 4 in less than 15 minutes, in my experience.
Especially with that deck.
Yes, with that deck. You know, if you burst Catalyst turn 1, get it to 200 poison, then you can have the fastest heart kill ever, but that's not what that deck was going to do.
Turn 1 Echo the Ghost is toast? Yes. I've kind of kept it on split screen here. For most of the run, because really both players have had really interesting things happening almost the whole time.
Definitely,
we've kind of just been ping-ponging between the two.
Yeah, they've been going at a good clip here.
Yes, I mean, I think they both realize that the time pressure is very real.
Understandable. Yeah, totally understandable. They're also, at least VM service now, having a pretty strong run, which making it a lot easier to go fast.
Yep.
I find especially got 2 out of 3 boat relics now, that helps make things pretty brainless when your block is just happening automatically. You just get to kind of click the damage cards, and then the enemies are dead. That's always fun.
Yes. Yeah, boat relics are so strong on Defect. I mean, strong in general, but
yeah, in particular on Defect. Same reason for Bag of Prep is that it allows you to just focus on the deploying orbs and building powers aspect of the deck, and then that'll crush everything if your other aspects are automated.
Gold-plated cables.
Yeah, cables are sick here with focus.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice for cooking dark orbs real fast. With
Yep.
Bullseye 2, now we're looking... Oh, there it is. There it is, the full boat. Excellent.
The full boat. Fantastic.
Boatacular.
You love to see it. Still a challenging Slavers fight coming up here for VM.
Definitely, although a super quick Dark Orb in the front, as long as you can get to dual cast, that's easy solve right there.
Yeah.
But will the dual cast get drawn? Yes. And
Oh,
recursion,
apparently
too.
so. And do you want to recur here, or do you just want to kill... I think you just want to kill the Red Slaver, right?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting how the Metallicize kind of mitigates your lightning chip damage a little bit.
Yeah, Metallicize on any fight with 3 enemies is surprisingly tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially if you have random damage
think-
like the lightning from Defect, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I think regen is probably objectively worse, but...
I was just thinking,
we're going to take...
VM seems like they'd be in a good position to take a multicast now if they were to stumble upon one. I wonder if we'll see that show up.
No.
Currently
We're going to
trying
take 10 to heal 12 here.
Hey, look, a win is a win. Oh, I can't because the lightning orb kills.
Yeah.
Glacier.
Oh my goodness.
Instantly clicks Glacier. I would have spent maybe a little more time thinking about that consume, but
Yeah, I mean, Glacier, Consume, and Equilibrium, a very interesting card reward screen. But I think that this is sort of VM's style, where VM just doesn't really care and just clicks on the good stuff. And it works out, because it turns out the good cards are good for a reason.
Yeah, valid. I find
And when I say the good cards, I mean the cards that, like, traditionally people consider to
Yeah.
be strong.
Yeah. You know, click the Echo Form, click the Glacier.
Right.
I find, oh man, Loop Plus, wow.
Ugh.
I find there's a trap you can kind of fall into with a deck like this where, because you only have 3 orb slots, you can have either damage or block in them, but you can't get the best of both worlds. So if you take a deck that's doing lots of lightning and dark damage and you add Glacier to it, you lose damage output significantly because you spend less turns with the other orbs in play. Loop really can help solve this problem, especially in the heart fight, where you can very rapidly rotate between doing lots of damage or blocking a lot just by changing which orb's in front. So I really like Loop as an inclusion. It really helps a lot of that problem I just mentioned.
Yes, especially with Dark Orbs and Recursion.
Oh, yeah.
And VM is just smashing through here.
I would have also thought about that double energy a little bit. Just a little bit, though.
Yeah, I feel like the draw support is not really there.
No, we got the one skim, but not much else, right? No hologram. One hologram? Not a lot. No hologram.
So Terrence picks Astrolabe and is now at the beginning of Act 2. Terrence astrolabing into some good stuff, but the relic deficit, I think, like, this is where it's kind of similar to last run, right? VM just has a giant relic bar, and it is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And Terrence does not have that luxury at the moment. Although Terrence does have a Heat Sinks Plus, and when he goes to shop, he'll be able to purchase Mummified Hand.
That's pretty big.
Yes.
And an Amplify
I think
Plus
he'll
in the
be
deck.
able
I didn't see where. Oh, that was from the Astrolabe. I was gonna ask actually. I didn't see what the Astrolabe gave. I see one of the cards is Amplify. One of them must
Yeah,
be
it
With
Amplify.
ball lightning, amplify, heat sinks.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
And with Echo Form already in the deck, that has a lot of potential.
Yep.
I'm really
VM
hoping we
finding
get to see Echo Form
Frozen
the
Egg.
Amplify into Amplify 4 powers.
Ooh,
at one
yes.
Meanwhile, a Frozen Egg for VM service. So further, Frozen Egg Mummy Hand, some of my favorite Defect runs of all time. Just give me bottled heat sinks and 4 copies of Storm, and I'll be happy.
Yes.
Chaos is pointing out in chat that the Terrence saw Mummy Hand already in an Act 1 shop.
Oh.
So.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is I didn't know if VM went to a shop, but yeah, VM didn't go to a shop in Act 1, so Mummy Hand's off the table for Terrence. Yeah, and like you were saying at the beginning, the paths diverge. Oh, here's that fusion.
Yeah,
that you
and
were
it's
potentially
upgraded,
talking
so you have
about.
to actually think about it. Cute.
Mm-hmm.
Probably skip, but maybe.
Yeah, with Mummy Hand and not a ton of draw here, I find it quite difficult to justify taking this fusion.
With one more compile driver, I would actually want to do it, because at that point, the fusion is draw because of the added variety. Oh, it takes it. Yes, yes, called it. Love being able to predict like unusual things like that. And then upgrades recursion. Okay, this is going in a fun direction.
It is, yeah. I mean, we just have a little bit too many cards and a little bit not enough draw, but
it's okay. Pyramid will solve everything.
Ah, true. Yes. I mean, you've been right on a lot of your calls so far, so I believe in the pyramid. Oh, gold-plated cables on the plasma orb.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Fun little tech you can do with the gold-plated cables. Plasma activates at the start of the turn. Other orbs activate at the end of the turn. So if you start your orb with plasma and then rotate out something else for the end of the turn, you get to activate the cables twice during your turn. Once at the start, once at the end.
Which is actually what VM just did. Oh my dear lord, that's 9 energy.
That's a lot of energy, and yet no payoff. Where's the multicast?
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was kind of worried about when we were thinking about the fusion. Is just like, okay, yeah, sure, you have 9 energy and you can use basically none of it. Not that it won't be good later, because it definitely can be.
It's funny, even ice cream wouldn't be any good because you have no way to actually spend that energy with any hand, really. Maybe other than maybe Echo Formed Skim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Just rip the dual cast. Pretty much one fight here for VM service.
Yes.
Collector going down in quick fashion here. Double Barrage wins it.
Yeah, double Barrage, Demon Gloom. Is that? Yeah, that's lethal. What are we trying to do here?
Actually, wait, is it? The Barrage is only... No, it's 12. Yeah, that wins. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
double Doom or double Barrage.
Duplicator for Terrence here. What will Terrence duplicate?
The Regret, obviously. No,
there's the
maybe
multicast.
Echoform?
Take it.
Oh!
Take the multicast.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, why'd the Echoform have to be green? And then Snecko Eye, of course. The 2 Echoforms.
Yeah, I mean, rewarded for taking the... This is your draw solve, though, right?
Yeah, big time. That's a very strong position now for VM.
Yeah, and I mean, rewarded for taking second Echo.
Yeah, big time. It's, like, the other boss relics weren't very good either, right? It was Tiny House and Choker, right? And you can't use Choker with 2 Echoforms.
Yep. I feel like Terrence wants to duplicate Echoform just to increase the chances of drawing it early.
Yeah, Terrence doesn't have Seek like VM did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead, Izuki.
I was just gonna pop in with another donation. Thank you, Kimichi. I'm probably butchering your username, but thank you for the $50 donation, putting Silent clearly in the lead. Poison and Shiva with an E on the end. My 2 loves.
Awesome.
We are very close to that $1,500 goal.
That's right. And there are, as I heard, some stretch goals. Is that correct? That you personally are tasked with fulfilling if a certain total is raised?
Yes. Yeah. So we originally had a $1,000 goal, which we met before the finals even started. So I was really, really happy with that. And yes, now we have stretch goals. We have 3 stretch goals, actually. So the first one is I will do another 10 heart kills in one stream. I did that a couple of times. years ago, and it was really fun. Recently, Zeknar did a 10 silent streak in one stream,
I
which is
saw that. That was bonkers.
I just, how do you even, that guy's crazy. Anyway, just an absolutely absurd player. It's been so fun to watch him develop, by the way. Like, just one of my favorite, like, Slay the Spire stories. Because, like, I remember watching, like, one of his first ever streams and going, like, yeah, this guy's gonna be completely nuts. Anyway, so yes, that is one of the goals, is that I'll do 10 heart kills in one stream. The next one is that I'll actually play serious Watcher runs again and try to get the Watcher world record. And then the last one is that we'll do another one of these, a live commentated event.
Live commentated event? Potentially
where
with
we'll have
well-known streamers who are involved in some way, shape, or form. That sounds incredible. I think it's mandatory that we have more such events. So I think it's mandatory that everybody listening fetch their wallets, steal your parents' credit card if you have to. No, don't do that. And donate to the Total Fund. Help Merle take the world record. Help me continue to be employed, working for free, doing events like this for charity. All for a good cause.
We do appreciate everyone who has participated and helped behind the scenes. Asuki, thank you, and thanks to the players and the commentators. It's been awesome so far, and yeah, we really are hoping to be able to do more of these in the future, especially like when Spire 2 comes out.
Oh yeah, I would love to. Events like this have been one of my favorite things the Spire community has come together to do. And I appreciate that we're willing to try to make it work, even though we don't always have the best tools available. For example, capturing the video feed of our contestants' gameplay has to be done through Discord, which is definitely a little finicky. It doesn't always result in a very completely smooth visual experience. But we make do, and we want these events to happen anyway, and I think it's really cool that we're doing that.
Yes, and I mean Spire 2, like when Spire 2 comes out, it's going to be a complete shakeup of the Slay the Spire Twitch community, which has been relatively static.
Yes.
Not in a bad way, but relatively static.
Yeah, the way any game gets when it nears kind of the end of its life cycle, and there's not new people coming into the game constantly anymore. But with a brand new game comes tons of people who have never played before. And some of them really enjoy the game. That's how I got into the first game, right? I didn't think I was going to stream deck builders before I played Spire, but now here I am. It's kind of all I stream.
Yeah, and not just new players, but also lots of new streamers, and probably some pretty big streamers, which will be bringing their communities over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Terrence is not having a good time against Bear here.
Definitely getting bonked there. Look at it, what, 14 damage? That's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt a lot.
I guess he's just going to have to grin and bear it.
Oh, unbearable puns.
Ugh. I barely thought of that in time.
Oh, well, no way to kill Bear on this turn, or Romeo here, actually. This is a classic Defect problem. My hand is entirely full of powers, and I can't even do one strike worth of damage.
Ugh. Yeah, and the mummified hand, like, it's just so brutal.
Yeah, if you had mummified, you just amplify the heat sinks and just rip it, right? Like, you just go.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's getting bigly owned here.
Ouch. Getting hit for 20 again by Bear. I can't even remember the last time that happened to me. That's a surefire sign that the deck is quite in trouble.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first started playing A20, I remember getting destroyed by the Red Mask gang on a semi-regular basis. They were like on my threat list for a long time. And the more I played A20, the less I found myself having to think about them. Like I think I adjusted to the more front-loaded damage requirement of A20, and so they started to fade away as a threat because I was always solving them from what I was doing in preparation for Act 2 in general. As long as you have enough damage to kill one or two of them quickly, it's really not that bad of a fight, but man, they punish you so hard if you can't.
Yeah, I actually remember you saying, like, this is not the first time that you've said that. I definitely remember you saying that on stream before, and I think it's so true. Like, that is a really good sort of like litmus test fight. For like how good is your approach to A20? Because with the early Ascensions, you can kind of get away with not having aggressive damage and just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take powers and the enemies don't do a lot of damage, so I can just kind of play my powers and scale and then I'll be okay and I'll win. And A20 is like, yeah, okay, Avocado's hitting you for 21 on turn 1 and you're sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, if we've got a second, 2 more donations to read out. We got $56 from Anonymous saying Defect not being in first is a crime and a tragedy, must fix. Enough to put Defect $1 in the lead for about 1 minute before Death by Cats. Thank you for $10 saying Silent My Love. So
Aw.
it is a close race.
Yeah, and we're only
Excellent.
$14 away from hitting the event goal, which is a very
Yes.
small number at this point.
Yes. Also, worth noting that any donation of $10 or more will enter you into a raffle to win one of 3 prizes of Slay the Spire merch of your choosing.
Oh.
The official website has merch, and yeah, we'll be raffling off 3 merch of your choosings to donors.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. There's little figurines, there's t-shirts, there's some really cool designed poster prints, tote bags, lots of interesting options, sticker books.
Glorious. Lots to choose from.
Invest in Watcher. I don't know about that.
Well, someone else just invested in Silent. Felix, thank you for $25 saying I hope that was the appropriate amount of S's.
And with that, we're over the goal. But just because we hit that doesn't mean that you should stop donating, because, again, we do have stretch goals that Merle will personally fulfill.
Yes.
Either by trying to stream 10 heart kills in 1 day, or by trying to take back the Watcher World Record, or if we hit, 2,500? 3,000? Then
2,500
for another community event like this one.
Yeah, first stretch goal reached. 10 heart kills, 1 stream is happening. Watcher World Record is next up. And a big thank you again to Many Pencil for $100. Robot Gaming is peak gaming. And to Whatever I'm Me for $30. Defect is now in the lead by nearly $100, so Defect stands are coming out in force.
As they should for the Defect run.
Happy to
I feel
see
like
some familiar
Defect has
names
a
in
lot
those
of
donors.
very passionate fans.
Oh, and now we got $50 from Anonymous for Watcher, saying Watcher underdog story. It's true, anybody could win. And yeah, Drake, you was saying, can we put the next stretch goal on screen if you want to adjust the Tiltify?
Yes, I will. Give me a moment.
Let's see. Players seem to be doing well. Meanwhile, Terrence is definitely progressing more slowly, but that's kind of to be expected. I think Terrence tends to be a more slow, more methodical player. I never watched a whole ton of Terrence's stream back when he was doing it a lot, but I do remember observing that he was on the longer side for most runs. And as you said, during the silent run, for the runs leading up to this where there wasn't a time limit, Terrence was frequently taking 3 or 4 hours per run.
Yep. Which is a very typical runtime for more methodical players.
Yeah.
But is maybe not the best for this kind of a format.
No, when you have, especially when you have the same players have to play the next run, right? It's not like you can just cut off the feed for the previous run and be like, oh, they can finish that while we commentate the start of the next run, because the same players have to play the next run, so they'd better finish in time or they won't be there to play their next character.
Yeah.
So
and really 2 hours was kind of the sweet spot that we found. It's like any less than that, and you're really asking people to, you know, go fast. But any more than that, and it's like we're gonna be here all day, and
Yeah.
it's just, you know, you can't give like a 3-hour limit and play 4 runs and then, you know, you're streaming for 15 hours. It's just like not realistic. So 2 was kind of the sweet spot that we found, and I think that it's fine. And I'm actually excited that it has been a real factor, because it adds kind of a different element that you don't see when you're normally playing Slay the Spire.
True. Yeah, true. And again, yeah, to reiterate on questions about tie-breaking, individual runs have no tiebreaker status. It's just whether the player completed the run as a win or did not complete the run as a win. And then the total number of wins across the tournament, of which this is actually the 11th total run. Currently, the players are tied neck and neck with the same number of wins. 10 wins, 1 loss each, question mark? Or 9
yes.
and 2?
Yep. They're both 10-1 at this point.
10-1. So we have 3 runs left. This run, the Watcher run coming up next, and then the Ironclad run tonight or later today. And whoever wins the most out of those 3 remaining runs will be the overall winner. If they each win the same number of runs of these remaining runs, then it's a tie, and this prize money will get split between both their charities.
Yes. How are we doing on time? We're about 45 minutes in.
Yeah, but this definitely a faster pace overall. Already almost at the Act 3 boss gauntlet is VM service, and we're not even an hour into the 2-hour time limit here. So very easily going to be able to finish in time and even take their sweet time in Act 4 if they want to, but I don't think they will based on how they play. Terrence does have plenty of time, even though he's significantly behind VM service. Again, not having as easy as of a run will naturally make him take longer, plus he is the slower player in general, but he looks like he's on pace at the very minimum.
Yeah, I would say on pace. I would say not ahead of pace, though.
I agree.
It's still a factor for him, and something that we will continue to look at. But as of right now, I don't think he's in trouble time-wise.
Agreed.
This kind of feels like a rerun from the last game in terms of like their deck power and in terms of like the amount of relics and where they're at. Yeah, it does feel very similar to how the last
VM
run
service
played out.
snowballing much better than Terrence. Look at this full potion belt, just full of trinkets and goodies and stuff. Full potion belt, full relic bar, full health. Like, what more could you ask for? Meanwhile, Terrence, 1 potion, half health, half a relic bar. It's definitely not the same feeling. Missing out on that mummy.
Jumping in with the.
Oh.
Sorry, got 2 more donations to thank. Serenity Spacer, thank you for $35. Defect Above All, who's pretty clearly in the lead by now. And Dr. Jack for $10 supporting Silent. Fascinating to see how different these runs have been from the same seed. Yeah, things really can snowball or just generally fork out surprisingly differently.
Yep, and really coming immediately in both runs, like both runs, each of the players took a different Niao bonus, right? And if you're taking a different Niao bonus, I mean that's just gonna make your run. Sometimes it's going to have a massive impact, and it clearly has on both of these runs.
Yeah. When one player starts with Astrolabe and the other player does not start with Astrolabe, it's definitely going to make a big difference across the run.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
and
static
especially
discharge.
In Astrolabe, this strong. Oh yes, the static discharge has been foretold with the tungsten rod.
Recycle's kind of cool.
At this point,
too.
though, static discharge can be nice. Static discharge can be kind of difficult because it might replace orbs that you want to be looping or recurring or whatever.
Yeah, it can break your compiled driver draw. That can be a problem too. So I totally get skipping it in this position, especially to take Recycle instead. Recycle does have a lot of possibility with the heat sinks in this deck.
Yep. Oh, look at Greg.
Greg the Goat.
Greg just absolutely going in. It is the power bird though. We're gonna have to play a lot of powers against this bird.
True. That could
Pretty
be a little
interesting.
spicy.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, do you not play heat sinks here potentially? Like, I mean, some defect decks you can just play like 20 powers and it doesn't matter because the bird just dies instantly.
Right.
Even if it has 40 strength, you know. But this doesn't feel like we're quite there.
No, it feels like you have to echo form your defrag and your loop and just kind of barely outscale by staying on pure frost here.
Yes, that's absolutely a way that you can go about this. You also do here have to worry. I really like the recycle for this fight, by the way.
Yes. Recycle is a fun answer to Awaken One, where you can, because if you don't play powers normally, you keep drawing them over and over again, and then you brick your defend draws, and the Awaken One will kill you for not playing the powers. But if you recycle the powers, then problem solved.
Oh, this gold-plated cables on the plasma with the Snecko now, so good, so juicy.
Huge.
Can we make that feed bigger actually, so everyone can see what you're talking about?
Yes. That's my bad. This whole time we've really been, with both players not really at the boss gauntlet yet. They've both been doing very interesting things, but I think as Terrence has seemed to stabilize here in Act 2, and VM is sort of entering the end phase, we'll focus on VM for a while. Because we will definitely have plenty of time to focus on Terrence after VM has completed the run.
Yeah. A question I saw was, because bosses are fixed by the seed, does that mean that Terrence will also have to fight the Awakened One first? And I believe the answer is yes. Which is actually going to be quite an obstacle for Terrence's run, as Terrence is got a lot of powers with a very kind of slow, methodical deck. A lot of the powers are like heat sinks and self-repair, powers that will not really help against the Awakened One. And that puts Terrence in a very awkward position, eventually.
Yep. But there's a lot of game to be played between now and then.
So Terrence will have to account for that moving forward.
Yep.
But has a lot of time to do so. Agreed.
Yep. Yeah, Buffer is always a really awkward card against Awakened One, because it's like, it's a block card, but it's also a power. So what are you gonna do there?
Yeah, you get an immediate one-time benefit, but then you're behind for the entire rest of the fight. It's definitely kind of a tough choice whether you use it or not.
And Defect doesn't really have any access to Strength Down, and has very limited access to Weaken, both of which are incredibly powerful against the Awakened One.
Yes, the good news is the one Weaken card Defect does have is very good against the Awakened One. Go for the eyes.
Because it attacks every turn.
Yeah, its condition is always active, so it's guaranteed value. But typically you need like a hologram with Go for the Eyes to actually keep Weaken on Awaken One, and that's easier said than done, especially if you've got a Snecko Eye.
Yes.
Blind can also be a good purchase from shops for Defect for that reason, just because Weaken is so valuable, especially against the Awaken One in particular. You know, if you're frost scaling with for your defense against the Awaken One, which is very often the approach, then every power you play, you have to try to break even against the strength gain of the Awaken One. But with Weaken, you reduce that strength gain, so the more powers you play, the more impactful the Weaken is, and it can really easily tilt the equation in your favor, such that what wouldn't be a full block before is now just easily blocking, and you can sit behind your comfy frost and win.
Mm-hmm. And when we were doing the silent run, I mentioned Zeknar kind of just rattled off like how an entire fight was going to go with the deck, and I was saying like that is one thing that makes A20 players, and especially like high level A20 players, like that's why they're so good. And another thing is what Baylor just did here, which is like, okay, I know this like sort of niche thing where like this card that you aren't normally really super considering is like actually pretty good on Defect, and like that's just one example of I'm sure many that Baylor could just sort of like rattle off about like, oh okay, yeah, like for example Trip on Watcher, you know, a very similar card, right? And like if you've ever played Trip on Watcher, you know how insane that can be.
Oh yeah.
And that just comes with time. I mean, how many thousands of hours do you have now?
I think I'm closing in on 9,000, which is
Yeah.
a lot of time. Like 8,000
Yes.
hours that's 4 years of full-time work, right? 2,000 work hours in a year typically, 50 times 20 or 40 times 50 rather. There you go. So yeah, 4 years of full-time work of Spire. It's a lot of Spire I've played.
Yeah. And the beauty of this game is that we're still having fun that much,
Yeah.
after that many hours.
As I've said many a time about this game, this is the most replayable game I've ever personally played, just because of
Yep.
the combinatoric explosion that results from all the interacting gameplay pieces.
Yes. And the other kind of wild thing is, like, I'm not a strategy game player really at all. And you said, oh, you weren't really anticipating Slay the Spire being like a big thing for you, and I certainly wasn't. Like, I'm a first person shooter player, and I like shooter games because of their replayability, because you're fighting other people, and so you're always going to have that like level of depth that games that are single player games have a tough time getting to. But Slay the Spire like absolutely gets there.
It does. Yeah,
and that's
something I've noted about just making games difficult. I spend a decent amount of time thinking about how games are difficult and what makes them challenging and how players evolve strategies to defeat them. And regarding single-player games, one thing that often centralizes the gameplay is the predictability of the enemies in the game. How well can you predict exactly what the enemy is going to do with their actions that they take? And some games are like pretty much entirely solved because the enemies either have a very static pattern or they don't vary their play in any way. They're always going to do one thing, and that can often be abused for the player's advantage. But if you make an enemy act randomly or some other way, generate random challenges for the player, then even though you don't have like a live human opponent on the other end, you put the players in a state where they are effectively unable to accurately predict their opponents, and so that creates a lot more depth to the gameplay.
Yep. And if you extend that out in Slay the Spire, it's not just about your opponent per se. It's about like every decision, because really, like, all of the card choices and all of the pathing and all the boss relic choices, everything is all sort of your opponent, if you want to think about it.
True.
Like that.
Yeah. Crucial here is that the player's options are limited, and randomly so. You can imagine if in Slay the Spire, at the end of every fight, you just got to choose one of any card you wanted from the entire card pool of your character and just add it to your deck, then that wouldn't be as nearly as interesting a game, because you would just choose a winning combination of cards every time. You just build the same deck every time, and you just win every time. But that's not the game we have to play. We have to play a much more challenging game where you get random cards like floor 1 setup, and you have to figure out how to live your life without the damage cards that you took for granted before.
I like how you put that. Floor 1 setup, and you have to figure out how to live your life. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. VM has finally dealt with the bird.
Oh, that reminds me, I had the worst Watcher run some months back where I got through like 5 card rewards in Act 1, and I think I only saw 1 attack.
Yep, that's the nightmare.
And I lost because I didn't take pressure points.
Oh.
Which was apparently my only damage option. I didn't know it at the time, but it was crucial that I take that pressure points.
That's wild. I kind of
sorry to butt in, but do we want to see how Terrence is doing with Collector?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely pop over to Terrence now that the bird is down, and the nuts should be fairly easy for VM here.
Donu Deke will be an exercise best left to the reader. One can kind of figure out what's going to happen there. But Terrence looks like he's in a bit of trouble. This deck does not yet scale properly. And Collector sure does scale properly. Look at that, 39 incoming damage. And if Terrence cannot dispatch the minion, then the buffer will not save him. Only 1 buffer charge here. So that minion has to die somehow. Or 14 block has to be generated. 18 block has to be generated somehow, which seems like a tall order too.
Yeah, I mean, 18 block cannot be generated from this hand.
Yeah, Bullseye, Dual Cast, and Hope. Oh, that's getting doubled too. That's not so bad then. Yeah, double Echo means you can double Cold Snap here. Yeah, it's not that bad.
No, I think there was another card that was already played this turn, right? Or am I?
We got 3 Echo Stacks, so this should also get doubled. Oh, no, 2 Echo Stacks.
3 Echo Stacks.
No,
Okay.
no, I misinterpreted. No, you're right. There was only 2 Echo Stacks. I was assuming that the Echo had been echoed, but it looks like either was Amplify Echo or they didn't get played in the usual fashion, so I was wrong.
Right. And he does have scaling in his deck, but it's in the form of creative AI, which, as we know, is very slow. And so again, we are kind of coming to this conundrum, right? Where even if he manages to be successful here, time can very, very quickly become a factor.
Yes, and so too can that Awaken one who is lurking not so far. The time between here and then is lessened significantly, and the deck only seems more vulnerable to Awaken one, so I'm curious how that fight's going to go.
Yes, the Goose is quite terrifying here.
And for a time check, we are at the 1 hour mark by now, so halfway through.
Very
Allotted
appropriate to be
runtime.
fighting the Act 2 boss then. It's perfectly on track.
If we have time, I do have a couple more donations to read out. So Tritonium, thank you for $20 supporting Defect, widening that already quite large lead. Original Techno, thank you for $25. Baylor Lord brought me here. Welcome, glad you found your way. And Famas, thank you for $10 supporting the Ironclad. Got some catching up to do, but hey, anything can happen.
Yes, the day is long. We have plenty of time yet, and Defect in the lead now, but Defect is being played right now.
Yeah,
and
true. We're also more than halfway towards our next milestone incentive. So thank you again to everyone who has been contributing to that. If you want to see Merle take the Watcher world record seriously, or just a couple $100 away.
I want to see me take the Watcher world record seriously. Wait, am I saying that? Do I hate myself? No, I love the Watcher. I'm unapologetic about the fact that I love the Watcher.
It's good. I think the Watcher's a really cool character. She follows a very different sort of fundamental philosophy than the other characters.
Yes.
And it creates a radically different style of play, which I think is cool. That's what different characters in the game should do. I'm kind of hoping we see, with the Necrobinder character in Spire 2, I'm hoping we see a similar, total different philosophy required when playing the character, whatever that ends up looking like.
Unfortunately for the Watcher, that philosophy kind of results in the runs. I love playing the Watcher, but to me the character is only really interesting if you are both taking her very seriously and looking at the aggregate of many runs rather than just a single run.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you're looking at a single run, it's just okay, well, it's the Watcher, I'm gonna win. And that's not always the most fun.
Do we want to split screen for Act 4, by the way?
Yeah, we can. The Nuts have been defeated, so...
Yeah, I was just going to say, popping back to the current run, VM Service here, starting into the Elites fight, just purchased a card duplication at the shop, which I think was Echo form?
Defrag plus.
Defrag. Oh, the Defrag. No, that makes sense, actually, getting more focus scaling going.
Yes, yeah, because I think that Defrag was the only source of focus. And we don't have orb slots,
no.
So...
We do have that back pocket focus potion, though, which I think will make a key difference in Act 4.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the focus potion. Ooh, Blessing of the Forge being used to upgrade the recycle to 0 cost. Very nice play there, but both glaciers being 3?
That's kind of tough. I do like using
they can still be
using a potion in this fight. It's definitely a hard fight to get through with preserving everything for the heart, and it's often better to use 1 or 2 potions and save a lot of health and have all the health for the heart fight than it is to have 4 potions and no health.
Yep, and you do have the 40% potion chance here. And Blessing of the Forge is not the greatest thing ever.
Someone in chat, Chaos, is asking about commentators if you could give your opinions on the rainbow upgrade that VM made here in Act 4.
I actually like upgrading Rainbow in Act 4. It's something I haven't done in quite a while, but it can be quite crucial, especially if you have Focus, which VM Service now does have a lot of. You know, you get 3 orbs for the price of, as I say, 2 cost, and 1 card. And it's you 3 orbs, which can scale off the focus 3 times. And then if you're duplicating it with Echo Form, that's even more focus activating. So it's quite a good card, especially with the Snekawai. Being able to keep channeling orbs by playing that over and over again is huge.
Sorry, Baylor, to interrupt, but big thing happened here. Terrence was not able to see the Snecko Eye because he didn't swap. So no Snecko for Terrence. Not that he would have really been successful with it anyway, because he doesn't have Mummified Hand, and really Mummified Hand is a big part of what is enabling VM here. Also, looking at VM, no Echo Form to be found on turn 1 of the Heart Fight.
Ooh, that can be tough. As for Terrence...
And a Storm being played.
Terrence catches up a little bit with the relic count by taking Calling Bell, but you can see how that kind of backfires here. Look at this hand against Darklings. This is quite brutal.
Yeah.
Opts to just take the 30 damage to the face here. Ouch.
Darkling's notably the only enemy that is both in the easy and hard pool. And, I mean, at this point for Terrence, I'm not just concerned about time. I'm concerned about the viability of this deck moving forward.
Definitely. This is a deck that can absolutely lose to Giant Head or to Transient very quickly.
Or Reptomancer. I mean,
Repto,
you're
Awaken one.
Yeah.
Bad draw against Time Eater. If he slimes you on turn 1 and then turn 2, you just draw 4 powers. You can just die.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable to running out of health just from repeated encounters too. Even with the Echo Form self-repair, the possibility exists to get worn down because you are in a position where you can't get your health back from each fight.
Yep. Let's go ahead and switch over to VM as VM is playing out the Heart Fight here.
Yeah, it seems like the most important fight of the run.
Yep.
Looking pretty good here with lots of powers down, with Echo Form down. Definitely going to survive this turn.
We have 6 focus, and this is an interesting one where we have the 3 orb slots only, but it doesn't really matter because what we're doing is we're just sort of like slamming orbs through those slots.
True. We also have a loop plus and we have gold-plated cables. So even though it's only 3 orb slots, it's kind of like having 6 orb slots, and that's plenty.
Yep. There goes that rainbow.
I think that's actually speaking of the rainbow upgrade. The other advantage of rainbow here is that with all these looping powers, one of the orbs is getting effectively 4 times effect, and the other 2 are standard effects. And the advantage of rainbow is that you very quickly have the option to put any of these orbs in front. So whatever you need multiplied, the rainbow can provide. Really be wanting to end this turn with Frost in front.
Yes, because you are getting attacked bigly next turn.
Yeah, very bigly.
Even rebounding the Glacier. Okay, so we're not having Frost in front, but we are rebounding the Glacier, which should be enough here, although that's all you're doing this turn.
That's fine. You got to loop a lightning for damage, so that's not too bad. It's not a completely...
Yeah, I mean, with only 304 left, should be okay here.
Yeah, and then I'd want to end with a lightning in front here, so I wouldn't want to double the Glacier. I'd want to double Recycle, I think. So then you could Barrage. That works too.
Double Barrage into Recycle is also a fine line.
Yeah, it looks like the heart's going down here. The 2 turns to do 220 damage should not be a challenge with the looped lightning power.
Yeah, unless Snecko is really cringe here. I'd be slightly concerned about that. And yeah, VM is thinking, because next turn is 90 damage, and so if you're not blocking for at least 30-ish, you're not doing super great. But it looks like we're probably going to draw a Glacier this turn, so we will be okay. Are we okay? Hold on. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, it looks spooky, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't draw Glacier there, it's death, but the odds to draw Glacier were quite high.
Yeah, the tungsten rod helps
I-
mitigate quite a bit too.
Yeah, no, I didn't remember the tungsten rod, but yeah, with the tungsten rod,
GG.
totally fine. And well played to VM service.
VM picks up another W. So it's on Terrence to match this one.
Yep. We're gonna switch to Terrence only here.
GG's
Terrence
all around.
is navigating. Yep. GG's to.
So with both players competing
VM.
for total score, it's again the total number of runs across the tournament that they win. So
Yes.
going into this run, both players were tied. If Terrence fails to win this, then VM service will be up, but Terrence still has a chance to take the whole thing by winning more than VM service in the next 2 runs. Same case, if Terrence wins here, they'll both still be tied, and then again, 2 more runs to determine the best Spire player of the Merlathon.
Yes. The Merlathon testing players in a kind of very specific way, which is just like, can you consistently win rotating runs? And I feel like the players who prevailed are players who are just like good all around. We saw a lot of one character specialists getting kind of wrecked early on in the Merlathon. And yeah, you would say like Terrence and VM, neither of them are particularly known for like only playing one character. They're both very well rounded, and it definitely paid off for them in the long run.
I think being well rounded in this game is actually very, very hard. With the 4 characters
incredibly
requiring
hard.
Very different skill sets. We were talking about how Watcher's kind of philosophically different than the other characters and how you play them, but the base 3 are not exactly identical to each other either, and each character has like different relic evaluations and different card removal evaluations and different approaches to different fights. The same card on different characters ends up with a totally different context because of the cards that surround them. For example, a quick example is like Heel Hook on Silent versus Dropkick on Ironclad. One of these is much more viable than the others not because the cards are very different from each other, but rather because the context, the other cards the character has access to, work with one more than they work with the other. Same for like Pommel Strike versus Quick Slash. They seem at first glance like nearly identical cards, but one character can operate on the card a lot better than the other. One has a different upgrade too. That helps a lot.
Yes. Yes, and I think the reason that the rotating record has been so prestigious throughout the course of Slay the Spire's history is because it is tremendously difficult to be world class at all of the characters, which you need to be in order to have the rotating record.
Yeah, you're only as strong as your weakest character when you're doing rotating.
Yep.
And that is big.
Yep. I mean, you had the rotating record at 20 for like 2 years or more. It was wild. It was such a long time. But like that just goes to show you, it wasn't like players weren't playing rotating. Like you got a lot of people that rotated during that time. But it's just very, very hard to be consistent.
That 20 threshold is a huge barrier to players.
Yeah, and it's interesting though because in the like months preceding it, the record had been pretty steadily pushed up.
Yes,
like 13 and Jorbs broke his own record like several times, like 14, 15, 16, 17, like. And then, I think at one point you hit 20.
It was a 3-way tie between myself, Terrence, and Jorbs at one point, if I remember correctly. That was a fun little bonus.
Yeah. Well, there was that. I remember you did that video, because you all got like record, like what record or what would have been record rotating streaks, like 3 runs or not. I'm sorry. Within like a 2-week span,
Yeah.
you all got those streaks.
Yeah,
that was a really cool time.
I think Jorbs' streak ended up prevailing in the end, but there was a brief moment where we all had a tie. It was just quite cool.
Yep.
If we have a minute,
Go ahead.
I've got two more donations. I
Absolutely.
got $10 from Pavel, I think. Pavel is how you pronounce that. Supporting Watcher, thank you for that. And Ballsy Joan with $25 saying, I've spent 3,000 hours playing and watching this game. The thing that stands out the most is the community. Not toxic, great people, great game. Could not agree more. And we also have $10 from Creeching, supporting the Silent. We're really close to that $2,000 goal. 1836 already. So
Yeah, Merle, how does
Thank
it feel to be the up-and-coming, soon-to-be world record watcher holder at this point? The world record holder in waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to have a record going into Slay the Spire 2.
I think so.
But realistically, it's not, for me, it's not even really about the record. It's more just about, like, I want to be motivated to play the character in the way that I have the most fun. And
gives you motivation to stream regularly too, which is a nice little upside.
Yes. Which, for me personally, I have not really been able to do over the past couple of years. Not for any, like, bad reasons. It just hasn't really worked out. But I'm now in a position where it's actually realistic for me to stream somewhat regularly, which is quite nice.
That's awesome.
I missed streaming, and I missed the community. Like the donator said, the Slay the Spire community is so fantastic. And like when we were putting this together, at one point, because all the different competitors, and at some point, hopefully at the end, we'll be able to go through every single competitor's charity, just to kind of highlight what everyone was championing. At some point, the question was asked, like, what if one of the finalists picks a charity that's like really not cool? And we were just like, it's the Spire community. Like, people are cool. Like, we're not going to have to worry about that. And we didn't. The charities that were chosen are great organizations. And we expect nothing less from this community. This community has been an absolute gem. Many of us have been a part of it for years and years, and hopefully we'll continue to do so.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is about the game, but Spire absolutely attracts a huge number of very smart, very chill people, and it's great. It's just very cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
quickly.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I forgot to read. It didn't load in time at Creeching, saying discard builds own for Silent. And we have another $10 from Anonymous supporting Silent as well. Slowly catching up.
Discard builds do own, and I'm so excited to see what they do with Discard Inspire too. The power that got previewed, where you play a card if you discard it, or maybe it's just skills. Play skills if you discard them.
Yes. Some of the Silent cards look so cool.
And the Sly mechanic as well.
Yeah.
Oh, a good question from my chat here.
Go ahead.
What can Terrence do in his current position to solve the weaknesses of this deck?
He needs more energy generation, and he needs more draw.
Yes, that is the kind of the universal solve for Spire. How do you make the deck better? Just play more cards, Forehead. Just draw cards and make energy, and then play more cards than you would have been able to play otherwise, which is always helpful.
Yep.
The letter opener is actually doing a lot of work here in terms of the front load. So it seems like with only a few fights left here, it seems like Terrence mostly has the short game solved, where dispatching the minion enemies in fights, and now mainly needs to worry about the Burning Elite, which could be Burning Repto. That could be a problem. But again, letter opener.
Is it Burning Repto? I think it. Do we remember what the first elite of Act 3 was for VM?
I just saw Terrence. Oh, actually, we would know, right? Because of VMs. I was going to say Terrence just fought Nemesis.
Oh, so I think it is actually Repto. Because I know that VM fought a Repto at some point.
Gets an Apotheosis and a Panic Button and a Dark Shackles.
And
Okay,
Dark
there's a
Shackles.
toolkit for the end game for you. Wow.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Panic Button is so good on the Defect in particular. And in this run where you have
transient.
the full boat.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, no, Transient is, Getting the creative AI down on turn 1 is nice, but you'd definitely rather have an Echo form. I guess you're seeking for Echo here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Secret technique for Seek to get Echo. I like that. Secret power card.
40 minutes or so. Okay, now I think we are at the point where Terrence is officially behind schedule again.
A little bit. I'd say you probably want 30 minutes for the boss gauntlet plus the end game, and that's if you don't take your time. You know, if you're just kind of clicking through each hand, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and are you clicking through with this deck? I don't know if you.
Not exactly. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think here, right? So that'd be a no.
I think the good news for Terrence, as far as time is concerned, is that if you're looking for the timeliest characters, it's definitely the Watcher and Ironclad. So
true.
I would be surprised if he struggled on time in the last 2 runs. But you know, the question is if he doesn't manage to win this one, is the deficit going to prove to be too much?
I'm curious if just simple exhaustion will play a role in the last couple runs here. You know.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean,
4 2-hour runs in one day is something I'm not generally up to the task of. I've done it before.
Oh,
but it takes a lot out of you.
Absolutely. I mean, when I did I've actually attempted the 10 heart kills in one stream 3 times. The first time I did it, I won my first 7 runs, and then I ran out of steam.
Yeah.
Completely.
Valid.
Yeah, I just broke down. I made the mistake of not starting as soon as I woke up, and I was actually so tired that I was getting sick, and so I just had to step away. But then the next 2 times that I did it, I was much more prepared, and I was able to do it. But still, the fatigue really does set in, and sometimes faster than you think.
Yeah, playing faster isn't necessarily a free out there, because the faster you play, the faster you're going to get tired, too.
Oh, Zeknar is asking how much the meat healed. Yeah, that's a good question. Why don't we, as Terrence is... Okay, wait, Terrence is about to fight the Burning Leaf. Oh, it's Burning Head. Okay, never mind that.
Oh, okay. Not Reptomancer.
He should be... Okay, and
Yeah.
Buffer is going to really do a lot of work against the head.
And-
Why don't we bring in VM really quick and talk a little bit about VM's run. Hello, VM, are you there? You're muted.
Muted.
Oh my god, muted.
Welcome.
All right, so Astrolabe into kind of the nuts. Take us through it.
I mean, this lab is ridiculous. So this is the map, right? It was like 100 gold or swap. There's no other option. And 100 gold... I mean, 100 gold on this map, you kind of have to... I mean, maybe you can take the burning, but the pathing is not great. So I just swap. Because if I take 100 gold, then I cannot take 3 elites. On Defect, I feel like my run is kind of bad. And the 3 elite pass through the middle, like here, it's only 1 campfire. It's not like the safest thing of all time. So I'll just take the swap instead and go left. It's like relatively safe on the left side. And the lab, I mean, the lab is strong, of course.
Yep.
I see this swap, I just like run into max hallways, like 4 hallways into the left.
And then you had the the Gremlin gang where your Rip and Tear hit the Mad Gremlin twice.
That was a bit of a low roll.
I called that out right before it happened, too. It was great.
Yup. And a bit of a low roll is kind of an understatement. Like,
I mean, the real low roll is the skill potion. The skill potion roll like complete garbage. unfortunately. But I mean, the reprogram probably saved like 2 HP or something.
Sorry guys, can we zoom in on Terrence? I'm looking at the HP bar, and it is not very long.
Yeah, Giant Head not going that well, but there is 4 buffers now.
Yeah, he has 4 buffers. He has multiple creative AIs in play now. As long as he can outscale Head in the next few turns, and he also has double genetic algorithm, this fight he's relatively safe here, and this fight is just going to be stalling to echo algorithms and do like amplify self-repair.
Yeah, but between the
Stalling
self-repair,
time loss.
they've already recalled, so you can rest with Regal Pillow to get back to basically full health for the boss gauntlet here. But that's assuming that the Giant Head can be properly outscaled, which looks like it will be.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like Terrence is doing okay. Yeah, he also wants to play the Apotheosis here. But yeah, again, time loss is really setting in. It's like how much setup do you want to do? How much do you care about echoing these algorithms? And like, yeah, I mean, we're doing the creative AI thing, but that's not very time efficient. In fact, it's the opposite of time efficient. But he's going to be in this fight for a while, so I think it's pretty safe to return to VM. We also had some questions for you, VM, about that Act 2 shop, where we were both thinking, like, Hologram Turbo looks awesome. Meat on the Bone felt kind of questionable at the time. How much did Meat on the Bone actually heal for you?
That was 0.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and I
the mob of hand is clear, like
super.
Oh yeah,
super huge.
The energy is good here, but my thinking is I have the hand, so maybe I don't need to buy turbo. Also, like common card, you can just see it. I just wanted to buy Meat on the Bone just in case, because I'm farming 3 elites in Act 2, right? Just in case something actually go wrong. But I mean, if nothing go wrong, then the Meat never plays.
Yeah.
Because I was planning to like run into the burning, like 1 elite, 2 elites, 3 elites, no campfire in the middle.
Right.
But turns out my deck is a lot stronger than I thought.
Yeah, you really crushed it. I find that the combo Mega Prep Anchor on Defect means you don't take that chip damage that you normally have to heal off somehow.
Yeah, especially with boot sequence too, right? Like you're drawing boot sequence for free, kind of. With the Bag of Prep, right?
Yeah. The front row relics are definitely there. Anchor, Captain's Wheel, Bag of Prep.
I'm gonna switch over to Terrence for a second because it looks like he has played Lightning for some reason. I'm not sure how this happened or why it happened, but this means that he is not getting the self repairs. Oh, I guess he has 40.
Yeah, 40 self repair. Okay. So we're back to very reasonable. Getting a potion belt and a potion to go in it. That's a fun little combo. Thorn's Pot for the heart. Very nice to have. But
yes.
But what is the answer to 2 exploders?
Oh god.
Buffer, probably. Buffer is such an interesting card. It just has massive impact in very particular fights.
Yes.
Especially like Act 2 bosses. Like if there's ever a section of the run where one card seems to dominate, it's Act 2 bosses and Buffer.
Yes.
Like obviously Automaton, but Collector's big hits are also easily dealt with Buffer, and like even Champ, you can just full block execute if you save a Buffer.
Truth. Yeah, Buffer definitely making maybe the biggest difference in the mid game. Still obviously a crucial card later on where it can do things like block Transient or block Giant Head or block the big hit from Heart. But there are things you can't block with it in the late game, like the Awakened one, who is up. Actually going to be the next fight for Terrence here.
Yes.
So we block the Exploders by just blocking 70. Easy.
Any other thoughts on your run there, VM?
I think there was a moment where it was like in Act 1, like Seek versus Cool-Headed or something. And I had a defrag in my deck. So
yeah. Yeah, we were noting that you went into Act 2 with no Frost.
Yeah. I had a Rainbow though, so that kind of bailed me out.
Yeah, we like your
Yes.
rainbow upgrade in Act 4.
Yeah, well, my plan was to kill the heart very quickly, so just like echo from the rainbow over and over and just kill it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
after seeing the storm, it wasn't super necessary.
You were able to push the orbs through. We were talking about the fact that like sometimes on Defect you don't have orbs, or orb slots. Sorry, and when you don't have orb slots, it can be sort of awkward to figure out like, are you doing damage? Baylor, I think you mentioned that at the beginning, right? You're either doing damage or you're blocking with the orbs.
Right.
But when you have focus and you have enough orb generation, you can kind of just push orbs through every time and you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Terrence,
idea
able
is
to
I
get-
can't really just play Glacier and kill the heart at the same time. I actually need to
Yes.
take damage.
Yeah, but Rainbow
with-
can both block and kill the heart at the same time. That's the
Yep.
magic of the rainbow.
Yes. Very cool. Terrence getting that apotheosis down on turn 1, and he does have a go for the eyes here, unlike VM. So he will have that weakness down, and he can get that sort of stacking effect,
Yeah.
like you were talking about, Baylor.
5 turns a week on turn 1. That definitely helps against the Awakened one. And meanwhile, the letter
Yes.
opener chunking down these minions. All Terrence has to do is keep blocking, and the minions will die pretty quick because of that letter opener, which is really helpful.
Yeah. Awakened one, more like a weakened one.
Oof. Some pretty weak humor.
Oh my god. Yeah, the boat is going in though. Blocking a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the full
Not
boat.
often that you get the full boat, so really fun to have that in the Merlathon finals to have a full boat run.
So
Mhm.
do you play creative AI here? It looks like no.
No,
Sometimes
yeah,
you
I
have
mean,
to beat Awakened one.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, you would know better than me, but I feel like that's a pretty niche scenario.
Yeah, it's like you play creative AI and then you only play the capacitors and the loops and the defrags, and you have to ignore everything else and hope you don't die. It's not fun.
Yeah. Did Baylor give Merle all of his dad joke energy? I just, when in Rome, you know what I'm saying?
Just trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I mean, Terrence has some tools for Act 4. They just need to line up. But he got Seek and Equilibrium. So if he
Yep.
can draw the Algo on the right turn, he can.
And he's doing okay on time. He has about a half an hour left. It's going to be close, but it's definitely possible.
Do you think this cultist potion's gonna end up playing here at any point?
Maybe in the heart. It won't matter for Donudeka, certainly. And it's probably too slow for Spear and Shield.
Probably. I
Mhm.
could maybe see it mattering in Time Eater. For the heart, I think the
It's not
Thorns
gonna be Time
potion's
Eater, no.
already going to be enough, probably.
Oh, he got the capacity potion. That's a lot of output.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Although no
It's-
guaranteed focus in the
it
deck
is
yet.
Donudeka, right?
Depending on what creative AI gives in the end game, this could be either quite easy or very hard. If you
Yep.
get no focus at all, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I don't trust creative AI with my life. Especially not in Act 4.
Yeah. I think it is going to be Donudeka, right?
I wouldn't trust creative AI with my life, but I would trust white noise with my life.
White noise costs 0, creative AI costs 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we have a minute, 2 more donations coming in, both supporting It's the Silent. Sith Lord Waffles with $10. Thoroughly enjoying watching the Merlathon. Thanks to all that helped put it on and competed in it. Echoing that, tons of people contributed to making this what it is. And Bishop with $20. Happy Merlathon, everyone. Discard OP, Merle OP, Asuki is infinite. Thank you, VM, for your service. Zeknar is the Lord of the Bay, Papar Knob.
Excellent message there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wait, why
Really?
is Suki infinite? What?
I'm not sure. I do not enjoy going infinite. This is known, but apparently I am infinite for today at least. Interesting way to find out.
Asuki is awesome regardless. Thank you so much again for everything that you've done to contribute to this event.
Very happy to.
Great event.
Oh, the song. Yeah, maybe. The parody. Blinked and suddenly the deck was infinite.
Speaking of, we will be getting to listen to some of Asuki's wonderfully crafted Slay the Spire parody songs during our break.
Glorious.
Huge.
Actually, Myrtle, what is the stretch goal to get you to record a song for the Spire?
Oh, I mean,
how many
honestly,
$1 million?
I don't think that there needs to be a stretch goal. I think Asuki, we need to get on this.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Let's do it.
thinking.
I'm always open for cameos.
I'm thinking Rap God.
All right.
But we can make a Spire version.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. But yes,
the only issue with that I have really is that that's a lot of lyrics. Like that's really a lot of lyrics to write.
You know what? There are a lot of things in Slay the Spire.
It's true. This is true. Anything is possible.
I do want to call out, by the way, that Terrence did end up playing Creative AI in Phase 1 of the Awaken 1 fight. So we are going long, as it were, depending on the random generation to eventually create things to scale high enough. It's tough.
Yeah, this is not an enviable position at the moment.
Capacitor soon. Just trust.
Yeah, please, Capacitor. Any day now. Oh, dear Lord. This bird is not happy. I think you're going to have to play Dark Shackles here.
Echo Form FTL. You get a Glacier. Actually paid off pretty well. This video feed glitching out a little bit there. Looks like it's back, though.
Yeah. Okay, not Shacklesing.
Does full block. That worked out.
That's, impressive. Oh, this fight's taking too long. It's so funny because, like, I'm not really worried about winning the fight. I'm worried about the fact that it's the time factor.
I honestly think Terrence should have used the Cultist Potion in this fight. Because you could just
Oh,
crush
the
the Awakened
time
one with, like, 20
save,
strength here.
holy.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're definitely onto something. I mean, straight up, when he took the creative AI, I didn't even know if that was necessarily, like, a good thing to be doing.
There it is. Capacitor.
Oh, thank God. Might have wanted to dupe the Go for the Eyes instead of the charge battery there.
I respect the charge battery dupe. This does seem like an awkward position, though. 16x4. How do you block with this hand?
You hologram? Nothing. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
I actually like that with Echo Form, hologram nothing is a valid line because you get 10 block and then hologram comes back to your hand.
Yeah. Still taking quite a bit here.
Ouch. Yep, losing a decent chunk of health. That's a little concerning. Does reduce the margin of safety for the second boss fight. And it means that Terrence must consider resting in Act 4 as well.
Yes. I mean, with Apotheosis, that's definitely a more valid line.
Also, time check is becoming.
I mean,
we're like
I think
coming up on
time
like
check.
practically 10 minutes in this fight alone. That's a big cost.
I think time check is I think he's cooked, unfortunately. Like, he has just over 20 minutes left, and I don't see it happening.
I think 20 minutes is quite doable. The other fights will have to be a lot faster than this, though. But the Awakened one is generally the longest fight you have to contend with. And it's the most technically demanding because of the power-heavy nature of this deck as well. So I think it's doable. Looks like we're starting to kill the Awakened one now.
Yeah, doable for sure. Will it be done is the question.
Yeah, valid.
Hopefully the Act 4 is not super complicated. Otherwise,
Yeah. This deck definitely has the potential for Act 4 to not be super complicated, because you can just kind of like, okay, I'm drawing the things, I'm playing the things.
Yeah, if Mummy Hand was here, then you could just like click all the powers, but unfortunately it's not that simple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the by far the largest divergence in this run is the acquisition of Mummified Hand. Which,
Yeah,
I mean,
the
to the
Mummified
surprise of no
Hand-
one.
Yeah, and you got Frozen Egg to go with it too. That was nice.
Mhm.
Terrence has neither of
Alpha
these.
Hand ended up being a 1.5 energy per turn.
Yeah. Sounds
Yep.
about right.
Yeah, that's right. There's no benefit to completing before the timer is up. The run cap of 2-hour time limit per run, because everybody commentating as well as the players themselves have other runs that they're doing today. A total of 4 runs, one with each character is happening. After this, there'll be a intermission break, like 30-ish minutes, and then Watcher is up next, which will be commentated by not me.
Knave Greed.
Knave Greed, that's right,
Knave.
Knave Greed. Oh, great player. Cannot wait to tune in
And yeah,
for that commentary.
And yeah, to Kuro's point, it isn't actually no benefit exactly to finishing sooner. The benefit is you have downtime between runs.
That's true. That's
instead of
real,
just
actually.
Straight back to back.
You can get a hot dog. Yum.
Yep. Like, not this run, because there's the break after, and you do still
True.
have a chance to finish. But I think last run might have been like a legitimate case for Terrence to just abandon early. Because
So is
he,
dead.
at some point, it became clear that there was just no way that he was going to make it, right?
Yeah.
And then, if there's no way that he's going to make it, he's just wasting mental energy and time that he could be resting.
Yeah, and that's invaluable. Just being hydrated and not having to think about using the bathroom and not being hungry. These are really important things. I'm often
Yep.
in my breaks on stream, I'm always like snacking on something, trying to cram a little bit of food into my face so that I don't like fall apart at the 5-6 hour mark.
Yep. Speaking of hydrated, everybody who is here, who is in chat, you should hydrate. You should find some water and take some sips.
Sip. Yeah, absolutely important. Staying hydrated helps you stay more focused, makes your thoughts move more freely.
Oh, so true.
It's just, it really is a big difference just mentally, whether you've got
Yep.
water or not.
Yep.
Big water propaganda.
That's right. You got to stretch the water, chat. You must. Take a cup of water and stretch it throughout your whole body.
Yeah. Sip the legs and stretch the water.
Refill the legs.
Refill the legs.
Yeah.
Implying that your legs can be empty is pretty funny. All right.
That was- I mean, empty
Aaron.
body.
Empty body, empty legs. That's the card that's missing. What would empty legs do as
Empty
a card?
legs.
I mean, legs are a part of my body. I don't know about you guys, but
There are some people who, legs are not a part of their body.
Be a debuff card. Oh, what if you could use a Watcher card to apply slow to enemies? Be kind of cool. Be
Oh
another way
my
to
god!
get
I mean,
more multiplicative physical damage scaling.
yeah, I was gonna say Watcher needs more damage multipliers. Terrence's Defect is very buff right now.
That's a lot of buffers.
Yeah.
Why did the Defect go to the gym? To get buffer.
No refunds.
Absolutely no refunds.
Just like a real gym.
Yeah, if I'm Terrence at this point, I'm like ripping lightning and just letting the buffers go.
Yeah, with Electro in play now, this fight's going to end very shortly. So about 15 minutes for Act 4. That is, again, a somewhat tall order, but doable.
Yeah, no, it's doable. It's doable. He needs to step on it, but
yeah,
it's doable.
He needs to not play Glacier here, which he doesn't.
Did you see a Storm in the Act 4 shop, I think? I don't know if he sees the Storm, though.
Storm would help a lot. Anything other than just endless buffers and glaciers.
Does he dual cast before Zap? No, he dual casts after Zap. I guess.
Oh, the letter opener making the difference there. Blap.
Oh, fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, you can see.
Letter opener is so fun on Defect.
recognizing.
$69 HP, perfect.
Oh, we're closing in on the
Very
end of the
nice.
run here. If you're still watching back at home here, I've got one thing to say. By the end of this heart fight for Terrence, we need to have reached that next stretch goal for Marl. We're just $124 away from a total of $2,000 for the event, which will again go to the charity of the winning player's choice, with Terrence here competing for the Foundation for Women's Health. And the more people donate, I'll put a link here in my chat, the more total money goes to charity, which is a win-win. If you donate $10 or more, you get automatically entered into a raffle to win some free Slay the Spire merch, so you might even get some cool duds for your donation.
And in addition to all of that, you can donate to support your favorite character.
Yes.
We have a little competition between the characters right now.
Defect
Suki, what's
currently
the
still in the
update on that?
lead. Defect is still in the lead by a little under $100. But it is the Defect run right now, so who knows, maybe the Clad supporters will come out in full force when Clad is happening.
Oh, Panacea will summon them.
What about the
Panacea will
Watcher
not donate
supporters coming out in
$100.
full force?
Watcher actually is not that far behind Clad. It's 130 for Clad and 95 for Watcher right now. So
Wow.
Watcher pulls in next run. Could happen. We will see.
Yep. All right, Terrence versus the clock. He is under the gun here. And this fight is kind of far from being over, unfortunately, because he really has no setup down.
The damage is kind of suspect.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit on the sketchy side. Kind of hoping for an Electro from Creative AI here.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, if
gonna
you needed
require-
one for Donu Deka, oftentimes people describe this fight as sort of like Donu Deka on steroids.
True. Yeah, true, actually. They're blocking and adding statuses. There's 2 threats to contend with. They have Artifact. A lot of similarities between those two fights.
Yep. The difference here is mostly in the fact that these guys hit you real hard, real fast, and the burns go on top of your deck. They do
Yes.
have less health. So if your deck has more burst, sometimes these guys can be easier to contend with than Donu Deka, but generally speaking, this is just Donu Deka, but way harder. And the double focus debuff.
Missing the creative AI on that turn is pretty scary.
Yeah, because how are you scaling?
Let's
Thank
trust
you.
it.
These slays for another $10, by the way. Saying
Yeah.
the Silent is the best.
So Silent's still picking up a lot of W's, even though her segment's over today. That's good stuff. She's got staying power.
Yeah.
60 damage, yikes.
60 is a big number. And the 3 energy is really hurting now. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's taken a long time for the lack of third boss relic to rear its ugly head. But here in Act 4, it is absolutely happening.
Did he say, did he see Fusion Plus?
I don't know. He probably would have taken it if he did see it. But yeah, we were also looking at your fusion. Baylor was like, "Oh yeah, I'd really love to see a fusion here." And then you see Fusion Plus and you take it, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Oh yo.
Oh boy, this turn is
Yikes. 14 by 4. Oof.
pretty bad.
Yeah, and the creative AI is still not coming down here because you can't play it or you're gonna die.
Yeah, Terrence had a turn earlier where he got both Echo Forms and the creative AI in play. Chose to play both Echo Forms and didn't play the creative
instead
AI.
of
I'm not 100% sure I agree with that choice because, as you can see here, if you're just blocking and stalling, like, what do you actually achieve in this fight? Nothing.
right. Focus down, very brutal. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the clock is ticking.
Although Spire Spirit is going down, so maybe
Hopefully.
it's working.
Just need to not brick next turn, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean there is Swift Pot to help with that, but
Yeah, really just
Wonder
gotta
if you
kill the
Thorn's
spear here.
Potion. If your Thorn's Potion now, there might be a threshold. Oh, it's dead to zap, right? It's dead to zap.
Surely
not
Zap will hit the right
Zap
target.
can- Yeah, the zap can troll you. Alright. Okay, I think this fight's actually fine though.
this fight is fine.
So now it is. I think the heart is probably okay as well.
There you go.
So yeah, he checks the time. He knows that he is up against it here.
But the pellets and the AI can just print by its cogs and it just
Oh
wins.
Yeah. No, I think the heart fight should be won. The question is, can he do it in time? I actually am really enjoying this like added layer of intrigue with the whole time factor.
It is a nice added like tension. It
Mhm.
definitely
Because normally, right, if you're playing just a normal Spire run, like if let's say this was a normal run, right? None of us would be sitting here going, "Oh my god, this is so interesting," because we'd just be like, yeah, the run is basically won. We don't have to worry about it."
Yeah, but it's not just are you winning, but are you winning in time?
Yes.
There's so much more drama that way. You can see why like the cooking shows do artificial time limits nonsense because it adds that extra spark that can be really helpful.
Yes.
Makes it good television.
Oh, this dealing damage to this thing is proving to be quite difficult.
Yeah, that block, it's a menace. The shield is a menace.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to talk about the cultist plot.
Well, Terrence did manage to save it for heart, so I guess we'll see if the waiting pays off here.
Yeah. Looks like he's gonna have about 8 to 7 minutes in this heart fight.
Hesitation is defeat.
Yep.
8 to 7 is doable. Sure.
Yep. Very doable.
Alright, he's got this.
Was that a calculated retaining of the strike so it could be doubled on the no block turn?
Calculated seek going into
there
the
we go.
deck. Cool.
Gets it.
Panache.
Down. Mercury
No, okay,
Hourglass
Jack of all
helps.
trades.
Seek helps.
Fun
two
fact,
seeks
it
are
only
on.
takes almost 300 turns to solo the heart with Mercury Hourglass.
I love how appropriate that is, by the way. Hourglass is the final relic in this moment. Like, time is ticking.
Oh my god, Jack
Holy
makes Jack!
Jack of all trade infinite.
Letter opener value.
Amps the Echo Form. Good stuff.
Yeah, you pretty much have to do that. That's your whole deck, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Just exhaust Purity for no benefit. Take one. Valid.
Yeah.
Very
I
valid.
almost would have wanted to go with Panache there over Jack.
Oh, great.
Because, like, you're
turn.
certainly...
Just double the Echo.
Double
Double the Echo, double the defrag is what I would do here.
You can't.
No, you can't play Glacier then.
Well, no, I mean, you can't
Or,
double
sorry,
Echo, double defrag.
Yeah, I meant double algorithm, double defrag. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Words are hard. Double Glacier, double defrag, equally valid. Probably smarter, actually. And Pellets to clear the debuffs. Okay, looking really
Yeah,
good here, actually.
FTL is such a good card for Pellets.
Still checking time. He knows that he's up against it. He
Yeah.
knows that winning must happen now. I definitely agree with doubling the damage cards. Just got to win as quickly as you can.
Yeah, oh, it's so interesting. I might have even considered like fissioning there, even though you're getting rid of all your orbs, just to try to get further into the deck, get AI in play. Exactly. Yeah.
Can you double the
Oh, this
Tempest
looks
here?
that's good.
Oh, that's kind of wild. But no, yeah, I can't.
No,
It can't be right.
You gotta get AI down. No, he's right.
Grab Apotheosis and Void, maybe.
Yeah, I like the Void grab. Bullseye's works too.
Yeah, Bullseye's
double AI, then
arguably
Turbo.
better.
Yep, he's got it. Take a lot of beat to death, but the Tungsten Rod is really helpful for this.
Yes.
And now he has a damage plan, sort of. Not quite the powers you want to see, but maybe it's good enough.
Yeah, double echoes or double equilibrium, sorry, is really helping with this turn.
Yeah, no damage. Never die next turn. Never die the turn after that. Still has about
and
5
all
minutes.
of the things that we have done to secure more damage here are paying off. The Thorns, the Cultist Pot, the Mercury Hourglass, like all of the damage is coming together now in a really cool way, actually. Oh, Hologram the Void.
That's one of my favorite tricks, hologramming Void.
Yes. Think you play machine learning here too? No?
I like machine learning, but with the extra, with the retaining, it doesn't help this turn. So valid.
Yeah. Oh,
the
Storm.
Storm. Yeah, I would double Storm, double Static maybe. In the interest of time.
Yeah, but you got to be able to survive next turn.
Oh, that's true. It's 6 by 15 coming in, right? Spooky.
Mm-hmm.
You could play Storm last, have some Frost Orbs in play.
Yeah, like Storm machine learning here. Or like machine learning Storm, maybe?
Shouldn't die next turn though, then the heart is dead.
Yep.
Looks like he's not ready to play Storm yet. No, it doesn't play Storm yet.
I mean, as long as you can get through this cycle, you're probably okay here.
Okay, this looks pretty good. Yeah, double Glacier, everything's fine. The Void hurts, but just double Glacier is adequate. Static Discharge will do the rest. I really like Static Discharge in the Heart Fight for this reason. As long as you've got Frost, then you can just kind of tank a multi-hit by evoking the orbs mid-turn. Really valuable. Actually wouldn't have dual casted for that reason.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think that was a mistake.
Hopefully it doesn't matter.
Mistakes are very forgivable given the time constraints here.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Definitely not trying to insinuate that that making a mistake is like an indictment against against terrorists.
No, it's just an inevitability. And
yes.
Something we're more likely to see in the next two runs as the players get more and more tired.
Yep. Yep. VM, we were kind of talking about you building up the like mental fatigue edge here. Okay, now you have to go in now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Storm.
Yep. Like amplify Storm and just turbo and
just rip it.
Rip everything, yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Go. What are you waiting for? I'm on the edge of my seat right now because this isn't, it's not just about the, oh, you can even fission here, but yeah, it's not just about
you're capping just from playing the other powers.
Damage, it's about, it's so close. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, he's only got one more turn.
Yeah, just rip the powers, then it's good.
There's about 2 or 3 minutes left.
Yeah. I don't know what his actual run timer is. Hopefully he knows.
Let's rip the fission, replaces it with the Tempest. I like that. Although I wouldn't want Frost here in this position. I would want all lightning going into next turn.
Yeah, you're not blocking ever.
Hesitation is defeat.
This AI will just make
There
a
you go.
bias
Okay.
next turn and it just dies. I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Down to the wire.
You're good. You're good, man. Just enter.
He's thinking a little too hard there.
Yeah. Oh, there's the bias. There's the bias. Okay.
Double happening. right, final runtime for Terrence is 156.19.
156.
So it actually
Wow.
did have 3 minutes and 40 seconds to spare. Not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't precisely sure when he
GG.
started the run, but GG. Oh my goodness, Terrence, how are you feeling right now?
My heart is racing from
Yeah.
like an hour on, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was really down to the wire. We were very much enjoying the spectacle. How did you feel like that run went for you?
I think the run was fine. Like, I think I had to get really fortunate in Act 2, hitting the like turn 1 echo forms. But yeah, Act 2 was a little scary, and just being on 3 energy and needing to get an echo form down, like that decision where I duped the second echo form, I was like, the self repair is maybe the better dupe or something else, but I kind of need to hit echo form early and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Well, very well played.
Yeah,
Yep.
How'd the
And we
other
were
one
also
go?
the last thing I wanted to ask you about, because we are basically at our break time here, and I want to give everyone the full 30 minutes for the break.
Union mandated.
Yeah. Is the cultist pot. So you use the cultist pot in the heart fight, and we were all kind of wondering, like, okay, maybe the cultist pot actually would have been better utilized in like Awakened One or even Shield and Spear for a time save kind of a situation.
Yeah, it probably was best in Awaken One for like
Yeah,
a
I think so.
time situation. Yeah, definitely.
But you didn't run out of time, so it was all calculated. And certainly it wasn't necessary in the Awakened One fight, so
Yeah.
if the time isn't a factor, then it's clearly not the right play. But
I mean, the time was definitely a factor. I think it was the best thing to do. Would have been the Awaken One for sure.
All right. Thank you both for what was an amazing couple of runs. Thank you so much to Baylor for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting
providing
me to this awesome event.
Of
It's very
course.
awesome to be able to be part of such a cool event with so many people involved and such a competitive spirit to it.
Yes, and I can think of no one better to do the Defect commentary, so I was really, really happy to be able to get you on there.
Well, it's an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to sign off for now. We're going to go on a 30-minute break, and we will be back with Knavegreed and Watcher. Thanks to everyone who is here. Thanks to the players and the commentators, and to Asuki for doing all the stuff behind the scenes. And we will see you all in half an hour.
Yeah. For all of you watching my channel, I'm going to raid Merle's channel, where you'll be treated to some Slay the Spire parody music for the next 30 minutes. And then at Merle's channel is where you're going to find the Watcher and Ironclad runs, starting again in 30 minutes from now. So I'll send you all over there. Even though there won't be a Merle to entertain you, please stick around because there are more runs coming up between these two very talented players.
I'll just squeak in a couple last donation readouts before break starts. Glass Catbird with $10, voting for Watcher, saying, "Go Watcher, purple for the win." Also, always remember to brush and floss your teeth, y'all. Slay the Spire and the plaque. Good advice. Wondery, also $10, supporting Watcher, saying, "Red, blue, red, blue, red, red, oh."